Welcome back to Take Action News, everybody. David Shuster here. Hope you're having a great Memorial Weekend, or that you had a great Memorial Weekend. If you're listening to this a couple of days after, special thanks to everybody listening to us over our stations in Chicago and Michigan and Oklahoma and Ohio and, of course, Washington, D.C. At this point in our show, we were hoping on this day to be able to give you a little more information about the open carry gun march in Washington, D.C. planned for July 4th. We were going to talk with Adam Kokesh, who is the organizer of that rally. More than 4,000 people have replied on a Facebook page saying that they will attend this open carry rally in Washington, even though Washington, D.C. law prohibits carrying loaded weapons in the form that Adam Kokesh is encouraging his supporters. One of the reasons why Adam Kokesh is not available to talk to us is because the Libertarian radio host, Iraq War veteran, and anti-war activist was arrested a little more than a week ago at a marijuana rally in Philadelphia. He supports the right to smoke marijuana. And just a few moments before his arrest at the Independence National Historic Park, Adam Kokesh encouraged the crowd to smoke pot and make it difficult for the police to break up the rally. As he was being arrested, he said, "I'm being assaulted by an officer of the law who is a clear criminal." According to court documents, Kokesh was charged with assaulting and impeding a National Park Service ranger. The documents noted that Kokesh had locked arms with a person who had a marijuana cigarette. As the ranger approached that person with the cigarette, Kokesh physically blocked and obstructed the ranger. This is not the first time Mr. Kokesh has gotten himself in trouble. He was thrown out of the 2008 Republican convention for heckling John McCain. He was arrested a few years ago for dancing at the Thomas Jefferson Memorial in Washington during a protest of a court decision that banned dancing at the site. I was not aware that you could get arrested for dancing at the Jefferson Memorial, but nonetheless, Adam Kokesh managed to do that. The bottom line was that we were hoping to talk with him, but as of this interview, he was still in jail. Nonetheless, even though he's in jail and unable to talk to us, he is encouraging his supporters, he's encouraging everybody to go ahead and participate in that July 4th rally in Washington, D.C., to bring your loaded weapons to the nation's capital, march through the streets, and I guess to sort of show that your gun rights should not be abridged. Nonetheless, it is illegal to do that. Daniel Mearns, you actually had some conversations with the Libertarian group supporting Adam Kokesh. What were your sort of insights in talking with them and in trying to get a hold of Adam Kokesh?
That's right, David. In trying to reach out to Adam, of course, he is the host of Adam versus the Man. That's the name of his radio show, which has a large following on YouTube as well. It was at one time carried by Russia Today, the channel RT. Without sort of, I think, betraying the confidence of some of these communications, it appears that Kokesh has a very strong, warm, devoted following, even in his immediate staff. At one point, I was communicating with his manager, a woman named Kim Wood, but since his imprisonment, she has said that another guy by the name of Lucas is handling his communications, and this was very clearly on the orders of Adam that his press bookings were to be handled now by Lucas through a phone conversation that he had with his father from jail. This was all transmitted to me, presumably as some kind of an assurance that the authentic power to speak and book arrangements with Adam had been granted to that person. So to me, that was in itself fascinating. And I would also add that the characterization of the way in which Adam was jailed by Kim, again, his PR manager for Adam versus the Man, was that he had been kidnapped in Philadelphia. I was left, of course, then to just Google that. Turns out that was sort of a libertarian way, perhaps, of phrasing an arrest. But certainly, David, it seems like routine civil disobedience. Someone's smoking pot, you're standing in solidarity with them, and you're willing to essentially violate the law to prove a point. The idea that this was somehow a larger case of resisting arrest and inciting resistance against the police seems to be a bit of the stretch, but as we know from our interview with Mumia Abu-Jamal, the Philadelphia police force may still have some questions to answer about some of their practices.